Hey guys, welcome to my second video on my dial-in series. Today I'm going to be dialing in this guy, the EVH Stealth 50 watt. But before I begin, I have to say, every single time I plug into this amp, I'm like, why don't I play this every day, all day? Seriously, this is definitely pound for pound, dollar for dollar, one of the best amplifiers out there. If there's a best amp for the money in the 50 watt category out there, this thing should win that category, hands down. It is by far one of the most fun amps I've ever played. I mean, if this thing was a vehicle, it would be either a speedboat, a dune buggy, or a go-kart, because it's just a freaking blast to play. Okay, so let's just do a quick kind of conversation about what I did with this amp to make it sound like this and why I did it that way. As you know, a couple of weeks ago, I had the 100 watt version on the show as well. And the link for that live stream is going to be posted below in the description if you want to check that out. And I did a side-by-side comparison with those two amps when I was on my live stream. And I also dialed in the 50 watt to sound as close to the 100 watt as I could. And I really achieved some good tones there, and I got them really close. Now, truth be told, the red channel on the 100 watt just breathes a special kind of fire. I mean, I could not get this to do exactly what that channel did because it's a 100 watt amp. It has different transformers and it has more tubes. So you're not going to get it to sound exactly the same. But like I said, I got it damn close. But conversely, I honestly feel like I made the blue channel on the 50 watt sound and feel better than the blue channel on the 100 watt. It just felt tighter and it had a little more aggression on the 50 watt than it did on the 100. So depending on what you're going for, you might like one over the other. But for my taste, I like the blue channel on the 50 watt better. The red channel on the 100 watt, there was just something really special about it. But again, I got this thing to sound just so close to it. So let me do this. I'm just going to play a couple riffs. I mean, obviously you've already seen the intro video. Everything's labeled. I put the signal chain up there, and I also did a close-up on the amp to show you the settings, so you could go back and screenshot that and mimic that on your amplifier if you want. So I'm just going to play a couple riffs on the blue channel and on the red channel, and I'll just do a quick playthrough on the green channel as well, just to show you what I did with that. But as an aside, the green channel on the 100 watt has an Easter egg in it, where if you turn the gain anywhere past almost all the way down, you get a little bit of dirt in it, which is kind of cool. This amp won't do that, but it cleans up really well on both amplifiers. It's just you have the Easter egg with the dirt on the 100 watt, not on the 50. So that's basically the main difference between the two amplifiers regarding the green channel. Okay, so let's do a few riffs on the blue channel and show you what that sounds like all by itself. Okay, as you heard, tons of aggression, tons of texture. It just sounds freaking phenomenal. And it's a lot of fun to play because this amp really responds very well to my playing. And it just has this great volley with me on whatever I'm doing. It's just a lot of fun. Okay, so a couple of quick things. I have the resonance at 3 o'clock because I had to match the bigness that the 100 watt has. Okay, so that's one of the kind of cheats that I did is I just cranked the resonance up higher. And as you can see, I got the low cranked all the way up. My cab's on the floor and I'm still not getting too much low end with this, okay? So it's very appropriate. And one of the biggest things that you'll notice between a 50 watt and a 100 watt, at least with this particular amplifier and the 100 watt version of it, is you're going to get a lot more fullness and low end out of the 100 watt. So to make up for that, you're going to crank the low end here, and you're also going to crank the resonance depending on where your cab's at. Off the floor a little bit or on the floor, what kind of speakers you have, you'll have to attenuate for it. But I could just tell you between the two amps on the same cab, that's what I had to do to make them sound very close sonically. The rest of the adjustments are basically just whatever your taste is, but the main thing that you want to do when you're trying to make the 50 watt sound like the 100 is crank the resonance and the low end, and you're going to get that big full sound. And it doesn't sound flubby, it doesn't sound too bassy, it just sounds bigger and fuller. Okay, so I am pushing this with the KSR Eros overdrive pedal. Let me show you what it sounds like on and off. All right, pretty big difference. It still sounds really good without it, but for my style of playing and my taste, I want an overdrive in front of it. You'll also notice that I got the gain cranked all the way up. You know what? This channel on this amplifier is not a super gainy channel like the red channel is, okay? So you can crank it all the way up and still have a really nice, tight, saturated sound without having too much saturation, as I just demonstrated. So to prove my theory, I'm going to set the gain at noon, I'm going to play a riff, and then I'm going to crank it all the way up and play the same riff. And the overdrive pedal will remain on throughout this demonstration. Okay, so as you heard, even with it cranked up compared to how it was at noon, it's not overly saturated. It just gave it a little more juice and made it feel a little better for what I like to do. So before we go to the red channel, let's just check out the green channel really quick, and I'm going to show you what that sounds like with and without effects. Now that sounds surprisingly good, especially considering that this thing is a fire-breathing beast when it comes to the high gain channels on it. Usually on a high gain amp like this, you're not going to get a really nice clean channel, but they did an excellent job on this channel. It's better than just a usable tone. It actually does sound really good. Okay, so now for the red channel. This channel is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, this channel has so much freaking gain. I don't even know what to do with it all. It's just freaking incredible. I honestly think that these amps are literally struck by lightning before they're put in the box and sent off to stores. I mean, there's just so much freaking rage coming out of that channel. I mean, the red channel on the Stealth literally picks up about 10 paces beyond where the blue channel leaves off. As you can see, I have the gain at probably around 10 o'clock on this, and it's plenty of gain. You can do rhythms, you can do leads with it. In fact, if I wanted to just do rhythms with it, I can actually use less gain. But for this episode, I'm just going to leave it where it's at. I'm going to play some chunky rhythms with it, and also play some lead riffs for you as well, so you can hear how much fire this thing has in it. Well, as you heard, the notes are really sweet, but along with that sweetness, there's a lot of great aggression and fullness. I also noticed that there's a lot of great texture, thickness, and weight to all of the notes. What's really nice about this channel is it's very supportive of what you're playing. It's very responsive. It sings like crazy. There's lots of great sustain. And when you want your notes to really ring out and have a lot of great sustain, this channel is very supportive of those things. Well, that about sums it up for this video. I mean, there's really no need to go into too much depth with this amp because it's very straightforward and very easy to dial in. I'm just basically showing you how I dialed it in to sound as close as it can to the 100-watt version after I dialed all 3 channels on that amplifier to my taste. And one more thing I have to say, if you're on the fence of whether or not you should get this amp, just get off the fence and get it. I'm serious. This amp is a freaking riot to play. It's a lot of fun to play. It sounds and feels great, especially when you slam it with an overdrive. It's very affordable, and if you want to get it at a really good store, may I humbly suggest getting it at Motor City Guitar. There's a link below that you can click on, and that'll take you right to their website. And once you get to Motor City Guitar's website, just type in the search bar EVH Stealth 50 watt, and it'll take you right to it, and they'll send it to you anywhere in the US. And by the way, if you're outside of the state of Michigan, anything you buy there, you do not pay sales tax on. So that's actually a really good deal. Well, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And feel free to subscribe because I got a lot of great stuff coming up here, and I'll see you on the next one.